Hey, it's Christy from Christy Planning Out, and I am back with another video. In this video, you'll see me work to put this journal trifold leather um, journal cover, trifold leather. Um, it was a struggle, so I'm being vulnerable and sharing that video. I took these books, and you'll see them in the video, and put those inside. But I wanted to give you a finished look at how the finished item came through. I did create these charms. I put these charms on here, and then I did the bookend charms over here on the side. So that's the final product, but I hope you watch and enjoy the video. If you do, please remember to give me a thumbs up and comment what you think. I'm ready to do the next one. Today we are doing something different, and I'm going to do this on video because everybody else out there doing it, and I wanted to see if I could accomplish this. I bought this piece of pink leather off of I think it's Rocky Mountain leather, and it's not a big piece, but I know that I need to go and get a what size to cover my A5. But I decided to create something for my pocket notebooks. Uh, I ended up cutting down one of the books I got from Little Craft Fest. Let's see, I got this one from Dollar General, and this is the one I cut down from Little Craft Fest. And then this is an Esther book that my husband gave me with my ink pens, with that fountain pen rather. And so I'm gonna use those. I got this pattern, and I'll put down in the description where the pattern to this came from. But initially, they had a box on. It was a printable, free download, and it was a box to let you know that this is the if this box doesn't measure 1 inch, then you need to change the sizes. So instead of going through trying to resize the document, I used the one I printed, but I saw that it was maybe a quarter of an inch or eighth of an inch uh, too narrow, and so I added that all the way around. So that's what we have here. It gives me the measurements of what I need to cut out, and then um, I wanted the eyelets, the little tiny eyelets. So I got these. And what happened was I got these, not realizing that you can't use the normal one that everybody else is getting. As I get these out, you can't use this type of garment placer with these tiny ones. You have to have this tool, and this finally came. So it took me over a week to get all the pieces that I needed to see if I could successfully complete it. So you set this down on the eyelet, and then you put this on the tool, and then you need a hammer mallet to put in there. So yeah, that was all new. I had to watch the videos, find out about that. So I think now that I've initially bought all the pieces that I need to create the journal cover, leather journal covers, I can make them more easily. So let's get started. And I'm gonna keep the camera on, and I'm probably not gonna do a whole bunch of editing, but it will be moments that I will be quiet. All right, so I got this rotary cutter, and I have this self-healing mat underneath here, just because I want to cut up my desk or cut up my desk protector. And so, okay, so let's go. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm gonna put this on this edge just to make sure one more time, because I want to make sure that I have enough space around it. If I don't have to cut one edge, I'll use the straight edge off that's already made in here. And so it'll give me probably about that amount. So yeah, this supposed to be this way. Let me write that on there because I'm gonna keep messing up. This is the left and it's the right. And so I'm gonna push it to the edge. And we're going to cut. We're gonna get the big piece off first. So I do have a ruler because I understand that while watching other people, that it is helpful to have a metal ruler when attempting to cut. So I bought some rulers. I got a lot of stuff from Temu because I knew I needed time. I had time to wait. So that is why I went on and ordered these. Like I said, now that I have everything to make the leather journal covers, I can do the next one that much more easier. I'm already eyeing a piece of leather I saw on Amazon. This one I was gonna keep it in the wrapper, but it wouldn't come out. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Let's see how this turned out. So I haven't pushed the button on that just because I want to see how this turned out and how, if it's difficult or anything, how hard it is. So I do have a clip. I want to clip this down because this is just gonna keep on moving and that's gonna irritate me. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have my ruler down. I got this lined up, and I'm just like on the fence. Hold on, because I have clips. Okay, I just had to pause my brain to make sure I was thinking about this correctly. I have clips because I sew, so I have these little clips I'm gonna use to put. But you can use this for anything. There's just some they had on Amazon. They just hold things together, patterns on paper and stuff like that. So I am going to use them to keep this paper in place. Well, let's make sure, because why is that bubbling up? Okay, so keeping that straight. And that's straight. And that one. Let me see, I thought I had one more. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do some cutting. All right, so I have the ruler and I have my thing. Let's do this. I'm going to have to trim that down. That is not next to it, but we're going to do one more trim. Okay, so we got the big piece off. And I even been practicing putting them grommets on, and I realized I didn't want them that big. That's what made me purchase the smaller ones when I realized those are big like that. So I'm going to trim this off. One more time. Put this right against this metal ruler. Oh. We got that edge. Let's try this. Okay. And that edge. Let's see. Okay. And there's a fine edge right there. Okay. So that looks pretty good. I do have a little tool to burnish it around. So I'm moving my clips over to this side so we can cut this edge, and I'm gonna move this down so it's not riding up. And we're gonna try to do the curve because I like the curve edge. So let's see. Let me just do that initially. All right. And then let's go across. Okay. And then I want another curve edge. Okay. Did I cut it too far? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave that for now. Let's go over here. Do the same this way. Move that down so it won't bunch it up. Okay. All right. Let's get that. I'm just gonna do the curves first and then come back with the straight edge. Curve. Okay. Then move the straight edge over here. All right. There is a tool that you can buy that does the curving for you, but I was just like, do I need that? I was gonna go on how easy or hard it was to do with my own. So I see that there's a sharp edge there and the sharp, so I might let me see, because I had this cut down split. I had this split to 1.6, so this is not the like the regular thickness, and you can get them split if you order them from a leather place. Now I think if you order them from Amazon, they don't, unless they have a link directly to a leather company. They usually don't allow you to get it split, but I had this one split because I didn't want it real thick. So, and this is cut. Okay, I'm just trimming it. So that's what gives me the ability to cut it. Because if you don't have it thinned out, then it might not cut with a pair of scissors. Okay, so we have some indents. What the heck? I don't know. It's just, oh my goodness, it's got some pokes. But we're gonna deal with it, whatever. It's mine. That's the best thing about it. It's mine. I like that. And we trying out. My husband's like, why don't you buy the bigger piece? Because if I'm gonna mess up something, I'm not gonna mess up something that costs $80. I'm gonna mess up something that costs $25. I guess that's my reasoning. So this is the left and this is the right. These are where the books would go. Again, let's pull that out. If we had the books here, it would be a trifold like that. Yep. Okay. So now we gonna put the template back on because I need to I need to mark my holes of where it's going. So I'm gonna put these clips back on there so it won't move around, and I know that it's in the right spot. I think this down just a touch. So these clips are just a bit right there. Okay. Now I'll put them back on. Okay. All right. So we have the spaces for where is it supposed to go, and I have several oils that they provided. I even have another one. Let me see. I don't know where it's at. I'm thinking I'm not gonna be worried about it, but it's kind of wearing me because I wanted to do it, but I'm not. We're just gonna use this little. This came with this tool, and we're gonna make these spaces so we know where to mark them. So I'm just gonna poke holes in the center to where they supposed to go. Okay. Okay. Switch this action. I'm not sure what's happening with the phone, my phone, but I poked all 6 holes. Let's see if it stuck. It did give me some kind of indicator where they should go. It's very light though, so I think I can see them pretty good. But we'll go with that. All right, now the first step is to get the holes in there, and I want gold. I know I want gold eyelets. I don't want the Okay, yeah, because I want the little tiny holes. This is some small stuff. This is the reason why I haven't done my nails again yet, because I knew I didn't want to be doing this with no nails. I probably could. I just didn't do them just because. Okay, so I have this hole maker that I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do one on camera and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera. So I'm popping in here to share that I had to use this to create the holes and to make it bigger. I'm gonna record it as a voiceover. Okay, so you have to use the second to the smallest one for these 2mm eyelets, and I'm going to move it around a little bit just to get the leather cut all the way around. And then you have this awl with the rough edges like a fingernail file, and it pushes through, and it separates it, and you have this little plug that comes out. And I'm just doing this for video purposes to make sure your eyelet can go in, and that's it. I'm going to finish up this and I'll be back. Okay, I have the holes. They look pretty good, and this is the right way up. And I made the center hole with the original tool that I started with this one to do that, because this won't reach there. So now, if I remember correctly, these go in like that, and you have to put it on the little post, and then you have to take the other tool which came with it and beat that. So let's try this out. Let me double check something. Hold on. Okay, so you don't know it, but this is like 45 minutes later, and the assistance of my husband. What it was is that you definitely have to be on a hard surface to make this work properly. This, and it's kind of bent. I might end up buying another one, but you need for the eyelet to be smushed, and you have to beat this, and you have to be on the hard surface. So my husband did it for me because he don't like to see me struggle with stuff. I have all those in, and I'll just take my little rounding tool to buff those out, I guess. All right, so now is the stringing portion. Putting the elastics in, and I bought this set because I wasn't quite sure of what color that I want to go with this. This is not like a true pink, it's like a mesh salmon. And so I have the gray, the light pink, dark pink, and this burgundy, and I think that is not gonna go. The black, to me, is dark, and the white is just as dark the opposite way. So I think I'm gonna land somewhere in this realm. So I'm going to lay these across here and see which one I like. I think gray is, I like that gray. I wish I had a gold. That would have been nice, but I didn't see that in the set. I think I'm gonna go with this middle one, this soft pink. The other pinks is too much of a contrast. So let me wrap that back up because I took the elastic off of that one. And I think I'm gonna need a lighter to actually get that end burnt. So, because we have the 6 holes, each hole get a string, because these are definitely really tiny holes, and you're not gonna be able to fit 2 strings through it. So each one has a hole. So I'll be right back. I need to get a lighter to burn this in. Okay, because I realized when you put the strings in, you need, if you want charms at the top of the loop up here. So when your book is closed and you want charms, I came up close to the camera. When you want charms hanging off there, you have to put them on before you string it. So I'm gonna pull out some of the charms that I wanted, and these are the brads to that's crazy. These are the brads that will go on the string. So just get a few of those out. All right, so let's see here. This is the front. We know we're doing the pink, and so I think I still didn't get a lighter. Hold on. I'm over this, because you know what? I don't know when y'all cut off. So this might be a show and tell versus a how-to or a tutorial, because my camera keeps on cutting, my phone keeps cutting off. Okay, well, this is what I came up with. I'm very proud of it. I like it. For my first one, I got that Louise Carmen look with the 6 garments, and I could put on a charm, but I'll do that another time. I'm just happy that it's done. I have this clip coffee mustard color. But I just wanted the look of it. I just think it's cute. It's a traveler's notebook. I did slide that in there just for size sake, but I can really beef this up if I wanted to, and I could tighten this string up um, to get some extra uh, to get it to close tighter. So that's it. Well, I hope that you found my content interesting. Once I finish decorating, I'll put some photos. I'm gonna varnish my edges uh, a little with the wood tool, the leather tool, and get a finished edge on there. I can buy that cream paste that they have. I just didn't know if I needed that, but to give it a finished look, I think I will purchase some and to do the edging. But this is the varnisher to smooth it. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you try making your own? I know I am. I'm going to get a bigger one, bigger piece of material, leather, so that I can have one for my A5, because my A5 really needs a wraparound trifold. All right, I'll talk to you in the next one.